two, a one, two, three.
Welcome viewers to Real to Real. Fa la 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 la. Today we will review Krampus. Fa la 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 la.
Cody, you butchered it!
That was your fault, Mike. Totally your fault. But you know, I think Real to Real should make a Christmas album, Mike.
Let's not get carried away and just start the show, Cody.
But And we're back, and this time we're not singing. Because in horror comedy film Krampus, a boy named Max loses all hope for the holidays when his family spends a not-so-merry Christmas with some not-so-jolly relatives.
After Max rips up his letter to Santa and throws it out the window, he unknowingly summons Krampus, who hasn't come to give but to take, literally.
As the legend goes, Krampus will come and take those who are bad and have lost all hope for the holidays to the underworld. The film stars Adam Scott, Tony Collette, David Kushner, and Berta, the housekeeper from 2.5 Men.
The film was directed by Michael Daughtry, who's known for writing the scripts for X-Men 2 and Superman Returns. Not to mention, he did direct and write the critically acclaimed anthology horror film Trick or Treat. He's also going to be writer for the upcoming X-Men Apocalypse.
But enough of that, Mike. Let's watch the trailer and roast some nuts on an open fire.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling.
Merry Christmas!
Everyone telling
Looks like Martha Stewart threw up in here.
This is delicious, honey.
It's a little dry.
Well, mine's delicious.
Mine's dry.
Do you want to trade?
it's the high.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
With those holiday greetings and gifts.
How we were going to survive Christmas with 12 people stuck in a house with no heat and no electricity.
Or food.
There's plenty of leftovers, Howard.
Beer it is.
It's the weirdest thing. There's no cars, no people.
How long can this keep up? We heard something on the roof.
What the hell is this?
Saint Nicholas is not coming this year. Instead, a much darker, ancient spirit.
Those are hooves. Elk or a goat?
What kind of goat walks on its hind legs?
His name is Krampus. He and his helpers did not come to give, but to take.
Everybody, hold on to each other.
He is the shadow of Saint Nicholas.
It's Christmas. Nothing bad's gonna happen on Christmas.
Cody, judging from the trailer, what do you think?
From this, I would think it was an okay movie, but at the same time, creative. But why the clown? I mean, they managed to make a scene in the middle of the day look scary.
Yeah, I can see that. If this was the first time seeing the trailer, then I'd be very thrown off midway through it. I mean, they start out making it look like a family-friendly PG movie, then boom, horror.
I get it, but enough rambling. We need to tell them about the other things.
Fine.
Whatever.
The director had a budget of $15 million to produce this movie, which I'd say is reasonable for having high amounts of CGI and a few big-name actors. To make the music for this movie, they used sounds from bones, chains, and animal skins, and the choirs were told to whisper and chant in weird languages.
Well, I gotta give the composer Douglas Pipes some credit. It definitely creeped me out. Something else, though, they actually pushed back the release of the movie so that it would come out in time for the German holiday about Krampus.
Why did I need to know that?
Why do you need to know any fun facts, Mike?
I don't.
Well, did you want to know that we're skipping the whole second half of the show?
Wait, seriously? Is the director in on this? I'm telling the executive producer I spent all that time writing the second half.
Well, truth be told, I was just messing with him. We'll be right back after this commercial break. So let's start by talking about some of the performances in this film. First of all, I thought that the child actors did an average job and managed not to ruin this movie. I have seen some movies where the children are the worst part and they bring the movie way down because of their poor acting. So at least this movie has that going for it.
Yeah, I think that Adam Scott and Toni Collette did nice jobs, but I just wish that there had been more comedy injected in the movie so that the actors would have been able to have more fun with their roles.
The movie did seem to jump back and forth from being serious and scary to being campy and silly. I don't mind having different tones, but at the same time, the change was jarring and lacked proper reasoning within the narrative.
I will have to say that I haven't seen a movie with quite this kind of story before. I have read about the tales of the Shadow of Santa, and it was cool to see this kind of tale put up on the big screen.
The movie was a nice break from all of the exorcist and demon horror movies that have been coming out that are more popular in the last half decade. Seeing Krampus goes for something more original and was entertaining.
My patience did begin to wear thin at about an hour into this movie because I could see where the plot was headed.
I agree. I was able to predict the end of the movie like halfway through, which isn't exactly something you want in your movie.
Well, why don't we take a look at this clip from the film?
Let's.
We should have gone to my brother's.
Merry Christmas, Mother.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the technical aspects of the movie. I thought the cinematography was well done and kept things interesting. Most of the shots looked really great. And I was surprised the film was made from that kind of budget.
Yeah, the weather and the monster effects looked a lot better than I was expecting for this type of film. I just wish that we would have been able to see a lot more Krampus in the movie.
I also enjoy the lighting and the sound and how they're able to set the atmosphere. The part where Krampus and his helpers were terrorizing the family was able to be haunting with the sound and the music choices.
The editing was nothing special though, but it did get the job done. Absolutely. I never
You okay
felt
there,
like
Mike?
yeah, I'm fine. I never felt like there was too much shaky cam or other annoying effects. Moving on to ratings, how many reels would you give this movie?
Well, since I liked their original concept, the music choices, and some of the acting, I will give this movie 3 out of 5 reels. It was an enjoyable holiday horror flick, even if it does have some plot issues that are hard to look past.
I feel like you gave this movie too much credit for the concept. It was original, and there were some exciting parts, but it doesn't change the fact that the story was all over the place. So, I am giving this film 2 out of 5 reels.
I think the point of the movie was to be all over the place, but I guess I just liked the movie a little bit better than you did. While it's very hard to come across a horror film that is enjoyable for the holidays, I feel like Krampus mostly succeeded in doing this.
Some of the plot choices in the third act were just too predictable to look over, and I found myself guessing the movie away too early.
Well, that's about all we have for this show. Join us again as we have another dynamic duo, definitely not as good as us, do their review on Krampus, or, as our director calls it, Evil Dead, Christmas style.
Seriously? That title?
It did have evil demons, killer toys, living gingerbread men, and a boomstick.
A boomstick. Wow. That thing does pack a punch. But until then, my name is Mike.
And I'm Cody. Happy holidays, folks, and we hope to see you all next time.